Hello, welcome to Goes Reviews. You suggested I review it, and welcome back to the Friday the 13th franchise review remastered. Today we are continuing this remastered franchise review by taking a look at Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives.
This is between me and Jason. Jason belongs in hell, and I'm gonna see he gets there. Jason's alive. We dug up his body. You gotta do something.
No one in Forest Green wants to be reminded of what that maniac did here. That's why we changed the name. People want to forget this was Crystal Lake.
Just because our parents keep telling us that Jason was only a legend doesn't mean it wasn't true. What if he did come back? Looking for the camp counselor that caused him to drown his way.
So Friday the 13th Part 6 was released in 1986, and once again Tommy Jarvis, this time played by another actor, Tom Matthews, has been released from the asylum, but he cannot still get Jason out of his head. Like those damn head-on commercials. God. So Tommy and his friend, who's played by Rorschach from Welcome Back Connor, decide to pay a nightly visit to Jason's grave, as Tommy's plan is to dig up the corpse and not put it in a dress like I would have done. His plan is to burn the corpse alive. Wait a minute, didn't they say Jason was cremated in the last movie? Whatever. So, Tommy opens up the casket and reveals Jason all shriveled up and decayed, pathetic looking like a melted chocolate bar. This reunion isn't exactly pleasant for Tommy as he grabs a metal pole and goes stab crazy on Jason. Lightning strikes it, and I doubt it's doing anything for Jason's corpse smell. But what in the James Whale's going on here? The corpse has actually been reanimated, like in that one movie, Blackenstein. Of course, Jason wakes up, and Tommy tries to go on with his plan of burning the dude alive. But I think God's rooting for Jason at this point. I don't blame him. Jason does kill them horny teenagers. Rorschach tries to fight, but ends up getting his heart ripped out. Oh well, I guess we'll welcome me back Carter where he's going, which is, of course, Jason's casket. Tommy knows he fucked up and runs to the Crystal Lake. Police tell him what's going on, and of course, this won't work out. Jason's on the loose again, and, well, I'm pretty sure you guess what happens. Jason's a monster of habit. The guy's gonna be killing some people tonight. Jason's plan of this film is to go back to the old abandoned Camp Crystal Lake, which now has been changed to Camp Forest Green. Yeah, in between movies, apparently the town chased this name from Crystal Lake to Forest Green, as people don't want to remember what Jason did. Why does Jason have a grave in the cemetery, then? Well, anyway, this was actually the only Friday the 13th movie that's actually story-driven. Where the other movies were a simple story of Jason killing a bunch of random teenagers until one survived, this one actually has a story. Tommy tries to stop Jason while also getting away from the fuzz, and Jason's on his way back to Crystal Lake, killing anybody who's stupid enough to get in his way. This film also has a lot of self-aware humor, which is barely obvious when this couple comes across Jason and the girl decides to drive back, and the boyfriend asks why, and she says, because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly. I mean, it's odd, but hey, it's pretty funny to add some self-aware jokes. There's also some comedic moments in this film. Not too over the top, like Voorhees doesn't slip on a banana peel or anything to make himself appear comical. Wouldn't mind seeing that, though. There is a scene where Jason slams a dude into a tree, and when he does, it leaves a face print bloody face print of a smiley face. Weird. Another thing that's different about this movie is that Tommy's played by, again, Tom Matthews, who's probably my favorite Tommy Jarvis actor so far. This guy pretty much is a better Tommy Jarvis than the last movie, considering Tommy actually is more of an action character this time. He actually wants to stop Jason, but is having a hard time doing that because of the police getting in his way. There's some other characters, like there's the sheriff's daughter, like there's of course there's the well of counselors to watch the kids, because this is the first time in any of the movies where the camp is actually open and has a bunch of kids there. And we get, of course, the legend of Jason Voorhees brought up again. And one of the and an interesting note here, there is a sex scene in this film, but it's the only one that doesn't actually have any nudity. I think because the last movie was so sleazy, I guess they wanted to keep it, safer. I mean, this is something you could this is literally a sex scene you could show on TV. Anyway, another thing that's worth noting is Jason himself is more different this time. He's played by C.J. Grammer, and he has actually a pretty good personality to Jason. Jason this time is a sort of an unstoppable force instead of a unbeatable killer. Jason's literally an unstoppable force of nature, doing kills impossible for human beings to do. Jason has supernatural strength in this movie, and what I like is they slowly show Jason realizing it like he's fucking Spider-Man. Jason's also has a new look. He has the same clothing he stole in the last movie, but he also wears a pair of snazzy yellow work gloves to add a bit of color to his attire. In fact, here you go. He also wears a utility belt that gives him better access to his killing tools, like he's some sort of fucked up Batman. Oh boy. Anyway, so there's Pam, who is the daughter of the sheriff, and she actually ends up having a crush on Tommy. She mainly likes Tommy because he's dangerous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure being the target of a slasher is probably not a good thing. But hey, and she actually is more of an independent survival girl, considering she actually does whatever it takes to help Tommy defeat Jason. The kills in this film are pretty good. There's some pretty good ones, like when Jason rips a dude's arm off and he slams into a tree, or when Jason decapitates 3 people with one swing of his machete, or when he kills the driver of an RV and the RV ends up crashing and Jason jumps out like he's an action hero. That's pretty cool. Well, all that said, it's time to spoil the ending. I really didn't want to this time because I really like this movie, but, you know, it's my job. I always give away the ending eventually. Of course, after Jason kills all the counselors that were running the place, as well as a few police officers, Tommy's plan is to chain Jason to the bottom of Crystal Lake, which at first doesn't go as planned, as Jason breaks the boat and drags Tommy underwater before he has a chance to drown. Pam jumps in and hits and Jason gets hit in the face with a boat propeller, which cracks his neck. Pam manages to get Tommy out of the water and gives him mouth-to-mouth, saving his life. And the movie ends with Jason floating at the bottom of Crystal Lake with his eye opening, hinting that he may not be fully dead after all. Friday the 13th, Jason Lives is probably a welcome sequel. It reintroduced audiences to Jason Voorhees, and it made him more of an iconic slasher villain than ever. Of course, this would be emphasized in the next movie, which we'll take a look next time. Until then, I'm Cody the Reviewer, and I'll see you then.